Good evening. From Hofstra University in Hampstead, New York, I'm Brian Williams. Wait, I'm getting word from my producers that I am no longer Brian Williams, but I am now Lester Holt, anchor of Not NBC Nightly News. I welcome you to the first dystopian novel debate. Participants tonight are Aldous Huxley and George Orwell. Everyone in the room has agreed to remain silent, however, they probably won't shut up at all. Please welcome the writer of Brave New World, Aldous Huxley, and the writer of 1984, George Orwell. Our first topic tonight is politics. Beginning with you, Mr. Orwell. Why is your novel more accurate to today's modern society? Thank you, Mr. Holt. Well, look around you. There are numerous CCTV cameras. You don't think the government is watching our every move? CNN stated back in 2013 about a quote-unquote new Snowden leak NSA program taps into all you do online. Heck, with all these new portable computers, such as this one right here, the government can see what I do on my phone as well as literally see me through this tiny little camera up here.
Which is similar to how the book's telescreens, quote-unquote, could be dimmed, but there was no way of shutting it off completely.
My novel was more accurate because I invented the idea of government surveillance. In fact, the NSA probably stole the idea from me. Mr. Huxley, 2 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Holt. Well, my novel was more accurate because Soma is also a form of government control. Soma was an antidepressant designed to give the feeling of constant pleasure.
This is shown on page 55, where quote-unquote, everyone's eyes shone, cheeks were flushed, the inner light of universal benevolence broke out on everyone's face of happy, friendly smiles, the obvious signs of influence.
With constant pleasure, people could escape reality and drift into an alternate reality. It sedates, calms, and most importantly, distracts a person from realizing the fact that the citizens of the world state are all enslaved. Time magazine states that antidepressant prescribing has risen nearly 400% since 1988. Basically, the use of a drug similar to Soma is rising, so much so that it's only a matter of time until the government capitalizes on this and gives away free antidepressants to everybody. Have you ever heard of North Korea and their use of images like these? This is ridiculous government propaganda against the United States. And my novel perfectly portrays this with the 2 Minutes Hate. The 2 Minutes Hate promotes over-the-top government propaganda with citizens literally screaming at people the government tells them to scream at.
This amount of hatred is fueled by quote-unquote all subsequent crimes against the party, all treacheries, all acts of sabotage, heresies, deviations, sprang directly out of Goldstein's teachings. So all hate was funneled towards Goldstein in 1984, while it was funneled towards the United States and North Korea.
So, well, Mr. Holt, conformity is a major part of Brave New World. Brave New World, all the characters are constantly trying to conform to the peers in government.
Everybody in the cast is supposed to conform to the cast. As the director stated on page 66, quote-unquote, that is all the more reason for the alphas making a special effort to conform, emphasizing the theme of no individuality.
Look around you. Going green, wearing skinny jeans, and listening to certain types of music are just the same type of conformity, just on a different level. Mr. Huxley, you get another 2 minutes. Well, thank you, Lester. The way we reproduce is no longer natural. Sex for the point of procreation and parenthood is looked down upon in the Brave New World Society, because nobody ever has babies in that society. All the babies in Brave New World are clones, genetically engineered for a specific class in labs.
This is stated on page 7, where it is realized that quote-unquote 96 human beings grow where only one grew before, representing 96 identical clones in a lab.
In the real world, many couples use implantation methods, such as in vitro, if their loved ones are infertile. In fact, Japan Times states the total number of children born through IVF treatment in Japan has reached over 430,000 since the first baby in 1983. This clearly shows that the public is not afraid to adopt unnatural forms of birth. And before we know it, the public will also be accepting of eugenics. You see, Mr. Huxley, my book has an endless war. whose only purpose is to keep the public in a constant state of fear.
This is apparent when Winston asks an old prole about life before the war, and the prole states that beer used to be cheaper, quote-unquote, before the war, of course. Which war was that? Said Winston. It's all wars, said the old man vaguely. Warfare is so constant in Oceania that one war blends with another.
The United States has this war on terror. It's been around for 15 years or so, and it has basically no end in sight. To generalize societal fear, it suspended many civil liberties. It's an undefined enemy that could be anywhere or anything. Perpetual war in 1984, East Asia this week, and quite possibly Eurasia the next week, is the literal war on terror. And that's all the time we have here today, folks. As you can see, George Orwell has won this debate, and not NBC has crowned him the king of dystopian novels. I am Brian Williams. No. I'm Lester Holt. Good night.